Coming up in this hour of Chris 6 Sunrise, new tariffs are set to go into effect on dozens of different countries starting up today. Scripps News Group's Joe St. George will join us with all the details.
And here's a look at what other stories we're covering in your neighborhood.
A medal that speaks volumes. A day that recognizes heroes. I'm Michaela Chavez on the West Side. I'll share the story behind Purple Heart Day and why we celebrate it each year.
In need of teachers. I'm Tyrese Boone at Kingsville ISD, speaking to staff about what they're doing to help bring in special ed teachers.
Good morning, folks. Thank you so much for joining us on Chris 6 Sunrise. You're waking up with the Hoffmans. I'm Michelle Hoffman.
And I'm Brian Hoffman. What a great Thursday we have in store for you. Lots and lots of neighborhood news and national headlines to get to. But first, we got to talk about the weather because the weekend is coming up on us. Miss Julia Quady is standing by to look at the weather, plus the roadways if you're just heading out the doors. Hey, good morning.
Hey there, good morning, you guys. So yeah, things are going to continue to heat up forecast-wise for us in the coastal bend. Temperatures still reaching near record highs, and the humidity is going to crank up too. We'll return back to those feel-like temperatures going back nearby the 110. So looking at more oppressive heat during the afternoon ahead for us today and as we approach this upcoming weekend. But right now, let's go ahead and get you what you need to know heading out the door in terms of your traffic flow. Heading on Ocean Drive down to SPID and on Saratoga. All three of those roadways are moving pretty smoothly this morning. Heading on over towards Flower Bluff, got cleared roadways happening on Waldron Road and on Flower Bluff Drive. There's a little bit of congestion beginning to build ever so slightly as you get a little bit closer towards the gate at NAS Corpus Christi. You can see a little bit of a smidge of median speed, but mostly slower speeds as you get closer towards that gate. Then heading on over towards the JFK Causeway, going to and from the island. For the most part, looking at easy driving conditions with the majority of that bridge in the shade of green, letting you know that traffic flow is happening in a pretty smooth and easy fashion for you on this Thursday morning. More details we can expect in your forecast, though, coming up in just a few minutes.
Thank you so much, Julia. Appreciate it. We're going to get back with you in just a little bit. But first, national headlines. New tariffs are set to go into effect on dozens of different countries starting up today. Change comes after President Trump signed yet another executive order last week delaying the implementation of the import tax. Over 60 nations will be subjected to higher tariffs starting up today. It includes a 10% tariff for countries where the U.S. exports more than it imports, and then 26 countries, including Brazil, face levies that reach 50%. Scripps News Group's Joe St. George will join us at 6:12 with more on the new tariffs.
Back here at home, we're waiting for the medical examiner to determine if the body found in Nueces Bay is that of a man who was reported missing on Wednesday. A 63-year-old man was reported missing after heading out on the water Tuesday night. Around noon, an overturned kayak was found and a body was located nearby. The CCPD dive team recovered the man's body. At this point, no foul play is suspected. Texas Parks and Wildlife is now handling the investigation.
We do have some sad news to report out of Robstown. Police Lieutenant Albert Stout has passed away. Stout was a 31-year veteran and had worked in the Special Services Division. He had been hospitalized since February after getting sick with an on-duty illness. A procession was held earlier Wednesday at City Hall. Our neighborhood news reporter Stephanie Molina spoke with Chief Temez about the impact Stout left on the neighborhood.
Just an incredible human being with an incredible sense of humor, an outlook, a passion for law enforcement, and the epitome of selfless service. That's who he was.
Chief Temez is asking Robstown neighbors for support for the family and department during this time.
A reminder, folks, today is Purple Heart Day, which honors and remembers those wounded or killed in combat. The Purple Heart is more than just a wartime honor. It's a symbol of continued community support. Jeremy Holmes served from 2009 to 2013 in the Army, but one early morning in 2011, Holmes and others were wounded in Afghanistan, where they were stationed for Operation Enduring Freedom. The attack injured Holmes' back, knees, feet, and jaw. When he came back from serving in 2013, he received a Purple Heart, and it comes with a certificate, a medal, and a ceremony.
All the people that come out and love and support, that means a lot, you know, because I thought I was alone for a long time, and it really means a lot and warms my heart that we're not forgotten.
Make sure you stay tuned for our 20 minutes of nonstop news for Sunrise Neighborhood News reporter Michaela Chavez. She'll have more on Purple Heart Day.
Renee Ramirez teaches special education with Kingsville ISD. Right now, they're struggling with keeping the staff they need to better serve their students. And they're not alone. According to the Texas Education Agency, for every teacher, there are 25 special students who need them. Erica Rosales and Pamela Avalar also work with the special education department. With their team stretched thin, the school district started offering some incentives to get more people to apply. And so far, it's helped. They've managed to fill all but one position ahead of the first day of school on August 11th. Now, they can get to work.
Hey there, good morning. Happy Thursday. So conditions are still going to be on the muggy and humid side all across the coastal bend. As soon as you step outside your door this morning, you're going to feel that weighted blanket feeling of that humidity and moisture out there in our atmosphere. But now as we're starting to see a bit of a domination of high pressure returning to the forecast, our rain chances are going to continue to taper off and dwindle. Not looking very promising at all for us today or tomorrow on your Friday. But right now, getting you outside your door, taking a look at our conditions across each and every neighborhood here. Corpus Christi waking up to a temperature of 77 degrees, 77, or I should say 76 rather, over in Beeville. 82 degrees your temperature in Port Aransas, 81 in Rockport, 77 as well over in Alice. Across most of our neighborhoods, we got our wind speeds coming in from the south, southeast, going at a pretty light fashion across most of our neighborhoods right now, and visibility, thankfully, for the most part, across the majority of our neighborhoods, looking to be pretty clear as that moisture and humidity is just adding towards things just being mostly clear right now at the moment. And that's going to be taken note of in terms of our skies throughout the day too. We'll see a couple passing clouds throughout the morning and then heading towards the later morning hours and heading towards this afternoon, looking at mostly sunny skies all across the coastal bend. Already approaching those upper 80s by 10 o'clock in the morning and heading towards those mid 90s by 12 and 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Also can see a bit of a quickening in our wind speeds as we go ahead throughout the afternoon hours as well, starting to approach around 10 miles an hour as we head towards 1 o'clock. Now again, like I said, rain chances are not looking promising at all for us today. Not even looking at a truly beneficial likelihood of even seeing any stray showers coming into the forecast today. But all this is due towards high pressure continuing to dominate our area. So that means we'll be looking at hotter temperatures as it's in the forecast for us today, anticipating a high temperature of 98 degrees here in Corpus Christi. It's still going to be humid, so that moisture is still going to be out there. But again, it's not going to necessarily translate towards our rain chances. It's more so going to translate towards those higher feel-like temperatures, reaching back nearby towards those 110. So nearby that range for us as we approach 2 or 3 o'clock this afternoon. So you want to make sure you're still practicing that heat safety, because while we aren't, I should say, are going to potentially see any heat alerts come into effect for us today, we'll still be near that criteria. So still hot enough, of course, for you to make sure you're practicing heat safety. Now we will start to see a slight return of our rain chances coming in ahead for us this weekend into the early part of next week. As you see a little bit of an area low pressure that's going to approach us here in the coastal bend. But other than that, still looking at mostly sunny skies and temperatures still remaining to those near record highs.
And coming up after the break, we're going to be checking in with our very own Joe St. George. He's going to talk more about the new tariffs that are going to affect today and how it could affect your wallets. Welcome back, everyone. 6:11 is your time on this Thursday morning, taking a live look from our SPID Skycam. And we're going to be checking in with meteorologist Julia Quady standing by. We'll look at the rest of the roadways plus the weather. But first, we head to Washington. It's a big day for tariffs. A wide range of countries are getting hit with new tariffs after President Trump's long talked about so-called reciprocal tariffs.
To talk more about this, we bring in Scripps News Group Deputy Political Director Joe St. George. Good morning, Joe. So can you break down for some of our viewers some of the new tariffs that are going into effect and which one of these will impact our wallets the most in the coming months?
Well, I think it's important, right? How many mornings have we been talking about tariffs over the last several months? It may sound like white noise to our eagle-eyed viewers. Joe's talking about tariffs again. No, please note, today is a very transformational and consequential day when it comes to trade policy in this country and potentially your wallet down the line. As you said at the top there, those so-called reciprocal tariffs, I think it's appropriate to use the word finally are taking effect. I mean, the president was talking about this in the spring. It's been delayed multiple times. They took effect at midnight Eastern time. The president celebrated on Truth Social by essentially saying that billions of dollars are now flowing in to the U.S. Pretty much every country on planet Earth is now facing a 10% at least tariff. That's kind of the baseline tariff. If you have a trade deficit, you're getting a higher tariff, 15% for a lot of countries. Depending if there's trade barriers or other trade issues, higher, higher, higher. Vietnam is hit with the 20% tariff, for instance. The UK, the United Kingdom, one of the better tariff rates around, 10% going forward. I was looking at the list this morning, guys, ahead of our newscast. The one that stood out to me, Switzerland. You don't think of Switzerland as being controversial. They're famously neutral, right? 39% tariff now in effect. One of the highest on planet Earth. Think Swiss chocolate, Swiss cheese, Swiss watches, if you're into that sort of thing, all going to be facing these tariffs. And now we expect price hikes to be following in short order. The president of Switzerland was in Washington all week trying to improve that rate. Again, one of the highest on the planet. She left Washington unsuccessful. The president is continuing to talk about new tariffs as well, even more tariffs. Yesterday, he mused about the possibility of a semiconductor tariff on computer chips. That could impact the price of computer chips going forward. He's long talked about eventually a pharmaceutical tariff. A lot of drugs are made overseas. After all, that is an area and we're watching because of the potential impacts on healthcare. He said yesterday that he wants to hit in 3 weeks' time India with a 50% tariff for buying so much Russian energy. So this tariff story is not going away. If you're wondering, can anything stop these tariffs? The answer is yes. The courts. There is a case making its way through. We're waiting for an opinion from the appellate court on whether President Trump has this presidential authority or not. I wouldn't be surprised if the Supreme Court ultimately makes an opinion on that constitutional question going forward. As the Wall Street Journal put it, right, this is trying to bring it all home. How's it going to impact our wallet? As the Wall Street Journal put it, economists earlier this year were really warning of an economic earthquake, major consequences because of all these tariffs. If you look at the metrics, we haven't seen dramatic inflation since the word tariffs began talked about so frequently. But does that change now? Because all these new tariffs are now in effect, effective at midnight Eastern time last night. We're going to be wait and see mode. I think inflation reports these next few months are going to be big ones. We'll circle our calendars for you.
Well, Joe, as always, thank you so much for your time today.
Appreciate your insight, sir. Looking forward to talking again very soon.
Hey there, good morning. Happy Thursday. We are one step closer towards the upcoming weekend. And with that, our forecast is looking to be hotter and hotter for us in the coastal bend, going back to those near record high temperatures and the forecast yesterday. That's going to continue ahead for us this afternoon, today, on our Thursday as well. And again, our rain chances are continuing to dwindle and decrease. The likelihood now looking even less compared to yesterday. Yesterday, we still saw a couple passing showers going through portions of Refugio and Beat counties. Today, I'm not anticipating even a small sprinkle throughout most neighborhoods as we head towards this afternoon. But right now, let's go ahead and get you what you need to know to head outside your door. Things are going to be off towards a warm and muggy start for us yet again here, reaching with those temperatures throughout most of our neighborhoods into those upper 70s, low 80s for areas that are along the coast. This includes Rockport, Ingleside, Port A, and over in the Bluff and anything else Corpus Christi, all sitting towards those lower 80s right now for your current temperatures. Taking a look at our planner here, we'll see things will continue to warm up and our skies mostly on the clear end throughout the morning and heading towards the afternoon. Looking at mostly sunny skies. Temperatures reaching toward those mid 90s by 2 o'clock in the afternoon, then decreasing a bit into those lower 90s by 6 o'clock in the evening. But between that time frame of 2 and 6, we'll eventually see that afternoon high temperature of 98 degrees here in Corpus Christi. Winds coming in at a bit of a faster pace, nearby 15 miles an hour by the time we head towards this afternoon. But again, looking at very hot and humid conditions here in the coastal bend with that high temperature at 98 degrees. Near record high temperatures, of course, expected in the forecast in that range, though. Now, what's going to keep us in this weather pattern, what's brought us into this weather pattern, is going to be high pressure that's coming in nearby New Mexico. Pretty strong round of high pressure, though. So that's why we're feeling its effects here in the coastal bend. That's what's going to promote all this sunshine and hotter temperatures that we're seeing in the forecast. Now, humidity is still going to be part of that picture, but that's not going to translate again to rainfall because of high pressure dominating our forecast. Instead, that's going to translate towards hotter feel-like temperatures, going back nearby those 110s as we head towards this afternoon around 3 o'clock. All of us reaching towards 107 107, 108, or 110 on the dot for your feel-like temperature over in Robstown by 3 o'clock this afternoon. So things will be feeling pretty oppressive for us in the area. We'll still see those heat risk ranges going anywhere between that moderate to major zone. That's going to be in the forecast for us today and ahead for you tomorrow on your Friday. Now, some small changes coming in the forecast ever so slightly ahead for this weekend. Maybe a slight return towards our rain chances as we anticipate a small area of low pressure to maybe skirt its own way by nearby the coastal bend. So it could give us a slight increase to that. Head for us for the early start of next week. But other than that, still looking at lots of sunshine and near record high temperatures.
Julia, thank you so much. Coming up on Sunrise, we'll show you how a local nonprofit is helping some neighborhood kids get ready for the first day of school. Welcome back, folks. The nonprofit Corpus Christi Fish for Life teamed up with JCPenney to host a back-to-school shopping spree. 100 students from West Oso and JFK elementary schools took place in the shopping spree. Each student received a $100 shopping credit along with a JCPenney coupon for a discount off their purchase. Now, this will help those kiddos start the school year with new clothes and supplies.
We want to make sure they look their best getting back to the community, starting school. So we're very happy to have all our kids with us today.
Corpus Christi Fish for Life is a nonprofit that helps at-risk youth. The first day of school for students in the West Oso district is next Tuesday, August 12th. And a reminder, folks, don't forget the state's tax-free weekend starts tomorrow. All back-to-school items will be tax-free, including school supplies, clothing, shoes, and backpacks, all priced under $100. Items placed on layaway will also be sales tax-free. Tax-free weekend ends Sunday at midnight.
Alrighty, good morning, and taking a live look outside now from our first Community Bank Skycam atop the USS Lexington. Can see that traffic flow is looking pretty good both on the New and Old Harbor bridges. A little bit more heavier congestion happening on the New Harbor Bridge, which is a little bit more of your neighbors, which you'll probably see if you're heading on the New Bridge. Of course, on the contrary, Old Harbor Bridge, only the northbound lane open, heading towards North Beach, so less driving conditions in terms of traffic flow happening on the Old Harbor Bridge there. Let's go ahead and take a look at our traffic flow map so you can see what you can expect on other roadways. On the JFK Causeway, the other side of town, things are moving well going to and from the island. Heading on over to Flower Bluff, all clear on Waldron Road as well as on Flower Bluff Drive, and got some improvement as you head towards the gate at NAS Corpus Christi. Moving on over towards downtown, all clear on Ocean Drive, SPID, and on Saratoga with those shades of green, letting you know that traffic flow is moving pretty smoothly on those three roadways as well. That's it for traffic report. More details in your forecast coming up.
Now, weather on the 6s.
Alrighty, good morning, welcome back. Taking a live look outside now from our Skycam from Snoopy's Pier, sponsored by CCAC. You can get that gorgeous picturesque view happening right now beyond the JFK Causeway with a small hint to that sunrise with a mix of some cloud cover that will continue to decrease over the course of our morning and heading towards the afternoon, eventually looking at full-blown sunny conditions, and of course that heat's really going to pack a punch heading towards this afternoon as well, as high pressure is going to be dominating our forecast. So we're back talking about those near record high temperatures, that oppressive heat and humidity, and of course that increase in our heat risk going back to that major zone, especially for inland neighborhoods. So let's go ahead and get into those details so you can expect your forecast today here at a glance. Like I mentioned, we're going to still look at sunny, hot, and humid conditions in the coastal bend, so air temperatures will be reaching towards those upper 90s by this afternoon under mostly sunny skies. Heat risk is going to continue to be in that major risk for inland neighborhoods because of our feel-like temperatures ranging nearby the 110s by the time we reach this afternoon. And also thanks to high pressure, we're not going to really see any significant changes, and our rain chances continue to decrease for us today and ahead for tomorrow, as of course, as we know, high pressure just leads towards more sunshine and a decrease in our rain chances. But that humidity is still going to be present because we'll still feel it with our feel-like temperatures still increasing towards those 110s by this afternoon. Right now, waking up, all of us still getting that muggy start to our day, temperatures into those upper 70s to low 80s, especially for areas there along the coast. Now taking a look at our planner today, again, we'll see a couple clouds passing on throughout the morning, but that cloud cover will continue to decrease, looking at mostly sunny skies by midday and by this afternoon, looking at full-blown sunny conditions with temperatures reaching towards those mid-90s. Winds will also increase coming in from the southeast, nearby 15 miles an hour as we head towards the afternoon as well. But like I mentioned, those feel like temperatures will be packing a punch, reaching towards those 110s by this afternoon. By 2 or 3 o'clock, all of us across the coastal bend well into those triple digits. 108 for our feel like temperature here in Corpus Christi, 110 on the dot over in Robstown by 3 o'clock this afternoon. All this again due to high pressure that's right now sitting over towards our west, over towards New Mexico, but its range is pretty wide, so that's why we're feeling its impacts here in the coastal bend, which is leading towards all that sunshine, our near record high temperatures, and again that humidity that's still left in our area here in the coastal bend is going to cause that increase in our feel like temperatures. So with our range getting towards those 110s, our heat risk and heat danger is still going to continue to be in that moderate or major zone for us for some inland portions of coastal bend. And ahead for us tomorrow, not really going to see a big difference or change in that, as most of us will still be in that same continuous range in that moderate to major risk for heat danger in the forecast. So you want to make sure you're still practicing heat safety to keep yourself safe. Now, taking a quick look at our drought monitor, we haven't had very much of any beneficial rainfall in the forecast lately, so not really looking at any improvement in our drought conditions here in the coastal bend. Still looking for the most part to be either in a moderate drought for inland portions of coastal bend and more areas that are closer towards the coast, looking at abnormally dry conditions right now in the forecast. So things not really improving for the better right now, but we do have a small chance to see a return of rain chances coming back to the forecast ahead for us this weekend or to the early start of next week. Right now, not looking very promising, but there's a chance because we do have an area low pressure that will kind of skirt on close on by to us here in the coastal bend, slightly improving our rain chances. But right now, not looking super promising enough for me to put any rain clouds right now in our 7-day forecast here. So for now, just more of that high pressure keeping us in those locked in hot conditions. So looking at mostly sunny skies and temperatures reaching into those upper 90s.
Most of us are probably not prepared for a large, unexpected home expense. I'm Holly Furfer, looking into how some lenders are bridging the gaps.
Now, say hello to your neighbors. This is your Chris 6 News Sunrise Shoutouts.
Hello, Chris 6 Sunrise team. We're West Coastal ISD in the Molina neighborhood, and we want to wish our neighbors across the coastal bend a great morning and a great day.
Hey, good morning, West Oso ISD. We hope you guys also have a great morning and a great school year. If you want to send us your own shout out video, folks, all you have to do is scan the QR code on your screen or go to our website, christv.com.
So a bipartisan group of lawmakers is calling for the release of CDFI funds signed by lawmakers for 23 states on August 1st. The funds help run programs that focus on everything from affordable housing and healthcare to small businesses. Scripps News Group's Holly Furfer takes a look at community development financial institutions and how they may help you.
It's the financial resource you might not have heard of before. Community development financial institutions can be a bank, a credit union, or a loan fund. Operating in rural and underinvested urban areas, the programs are filling financial gaps across the country. When Kathleen Bradley got an estimate of $20,000 for a home repair, she was worried.
Money is hard and it's hard to come by. I'm 79 years old. I can't find a job right now.
She got more estimates, and one of the contractors handed her a flyer.
This is how I found out.
The lender, SELF, or the Solar Energy Loan Fund, isn't your typical lender. SELF is a community development financial institution. It's a U.S. Treasury designation for financial institutions that serve underbanked communities. SELF focuses on small home loans, promoting sustainability, lending to low to middle income people. Bradley is retired on a fixed income and dog sits to help ends meet. She found a contractor to do the repairs for around $10,000.
I didn't want to break the bank, as if to say, make myself short.
Like Bradley, more than half of Americans don't have a fully funded emergency fund. And when it comes to loans, nearly half of all loan applicants were denied in 2024.
How can we expect low and moderate income communities to be able to do that if they don't have savings and they can't access capital?
Doug Coward is the founder of SELF, started in 2010 in Florida. He wanted to help his community repair and upgrade their homes.
Simply investing in high efficiency ACs, heat pumps, weatherization, that can typically cut your energy bills by 25-30%.
SELF has partnered with green banks and other CDFIs in 17 states. The number of CDFIs has grown nearly 50% over the past 5 years, totaling nearly 1,500 and in all 50 states.
CDFIs are charged with and do indeed step into the gap to say, we'll meet that missing market need, we'll provide capital, we'll accept deposits, and be present in communities.
They operate in areas mainstream financial institutions consider too risky or not profitable enough, including small loans to people like Bradley.
I don't know if I would have been able to do it without them, to be quite honest.
Holly Furfer, Scripps News Group, Atlanta.
Hey there, good morning. Happy Thursday. So here's what you need to know for your forecast stepping outside the door. Taking a look at your planner, we'll see a couple passing clouds throughout our morning. Then the cloud cover will continue to decrease over the course of our day, eventually looking at mostly sunny and then full-blown sunny conditions by this afternoon. Temperatures will also increase towards those mid-90s by 2 o'clock, along with our wind speeds clocking nearby 10 to 15 miles an hour. But we are forecasting an afternoon high temperature around 98 degrees here in Corpus Christi. So we're still looking at those near record high temperatures anticipated across majority of our neighborhoods. Along with that, feel like temperatures will continue to range towards those lower 100s or up to 110 degrees across most of our neighborhoods here this afternoon too. So again, heat risk and heat danger is still going to be a part of our conversation in the forecast today, as most of us will be under either a moderate or major risk of heat danger in the area here in the coastal bend. So you still want to make sure you're practicing heat safety, because while we aren't going to be in the range to see any heat alerts, that does not mean that heat's not still dangerous. So you still want to make sure you take that seriously, and slight rain chances possibly return for ahead for us to the early start of next week.
From Chris 6, this is 20 minutes of non-stop news.
Hey, welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for our 20 minutes of non-stop news with the Hoffmans. I'm Brian Hoffman.
And I'm Michelle Hoffman. We'll check in with meteorologist Julia Quady in just a bit. But first, today is Purple Heart Day, which honors and remembers those wounded or killed in combat. Sunrise Neighborhood News reporter Michaela Chavez has more from a local veteran.
August 7th is Purple Heart Day, which we honor and remember those wounded or killed in combat. I'm Michaela Chavez, your Sunrise Neighborhood News reporter on the West Side. The Purple Heart is more than just a wartime honor. It's a symbol of continued community support.
I've been asked if I would do it over again, and knowing what I know today, I'd still do it all over again.
Jeremy Holmes served from 2009 to 2013 in the Army.
Every time I put on that uniform, I so much pride.
But one early morning in 2011,
we were all just getting up, getting our day started, and then that's when it happened.
Holmes and others were wounded in Afghanistan, stationed for Operation Enduring Freedom.
It was a terrorist attack. They had a jingle truck full of explosives and just lit up our entire COP.
The attack injured Holmes' back, knees, feet, and jaw. When he came back from serving in 2013, he received a Purple Heart.
And it meant a lot to be noticed for the sacrifices that my brothers and I made.
It's not an award. It's not an achievement.
They didn't choose to be wounded. They didn't choose to be killed. I mean, it just happened during war.
A Purple Heart designation is given to those wounded or killed in combat. They receive a certificate, a medal, and a ceremony.
These Purple Heart recipients were actually wounded. So maybe that wound is healed, but maybe the mind isn't yet, right? So they need that constant support.
There's a few ways you can show your support every day. Businesses, groups, and schools can offer their services specifically for Purple Heart recipients.
Reach out to the Military Order of the Purple Heart, 598, through Skyler Barker, and he can brief you on anything.
And if you can't do that,
an amazing, hey, thank you for your service goes a long way.
There's been a lot of times that I thought we were forgotten. We were just another number in someone's book, another write-off for somebody, and it still gives me hope. It still shows me that people love us, no matter where we are, no matter where we came from, no matter who we are.
For Holmes, he considers himself blessed.
I'm just grateful. I'm grateful to be where I'm at today, to be able to live a life I never dreamed of.
If you want to show your support, there will be a Purple Heart Day ceremony this Saturday at the Corpus Christi Museum of Science and History. It starts at 10 a.m. With your neighborhood news on the West Side, I'm your Sunrise reporter, Michaela Chavez, Chris 6 Sunrise.
Michaela, thank you so much. And you know, the Purple Heart is actually one of the oldest, America's oldest military decorations.
That's right. Here's a quick little history lesson for you folks. It was originally established as a badge of military merit by General George Washington back in 1782 during the Revolutionary War to recognize acts of unusual gallantry. It was revived and redesigned as the Purple Heart Medal in 1932, specifically to honor those wounded or killed in action. Flash forward to today, and the Purple Heart remains a significant symbol of valor and sacrifice, honoring those who have shed blood in defense of our country.
And this week, the city of Sinton becomes a Purple Heart city. The ceremony will take place today at 10:30 at the Sinton Historical Museum, and that's located at 116 West Sinton Street. Now, you can come meet some area veterans and listen to their stories of bravery and sacrifice as well.
And now on to your neighborhood check-in.
Renee Ramirez teaches special education with Kingsville ISD. Right now, they're struggling with keeping the staff they need to better serve their students. And they're not alone. According to the Texas Education Agency, for every teacher, there are 25 special students who need them. Erica Rosales and Pamela Avalar also work with the special education department. With their team stretched thin, the school district started offering some incentives to get more people to apply. And so far, it's helped. They've managed to fill all but one position ahead of the first day of school on August 11th. Now, they can get to work.
Taft ISD surprised its teachers with a shopping spree just before the start of their new school year. From notebooks to pencils, all for free at the Portland Walmart. But this shopping spree wasn't just for teachers. They used district-provided funds to buy these supplies and more for their students. Each teacher had a budget of $150 to buy whatever school supplies they needed for their students.
These are the tools they need to succeed, and I am just all the more happy to be able to provide them what they need so they can have a great school year.
Tony Jaramillo, Chris 6 News.
Hey there, good morning. Happy Thursday. Heading out the door, you're going to be in from more of the same conditions that we saw yesterday. Starting off muggy and humid for us here in the coastal bend, but then things are going to really ramp up with our air temperatures reaching back to near record highs. And then feel like temperatures also ranging towards those 110s, making things feel pretty sizzling, spicy, and oppressive for us as we head towards the afternoon. But right now, let's go ahead and take a look at what else you can expect your forecast today at a glance. Again, like I just said, hot, muggy, and sunny for us here. The air temperatures reaching towards those upper 90s later on this afternoon. Along with that, like I mentioned, with those feel like temperatures also approaching those 110s, that's going to correlate towards our heat risk also remaining at a high level, reaching towards that major zone, especially for inland neighborhoods. And again, rain chances not looking likely for us at all today as high pressure continues to dominate our area, feeding us in with those higher air temperatures and ample sunshine that we're going to see for us in the forecast today. Taking a look at our planner, looking at mostly sunny skies across most of our morning, and eventually that very limited cloud cover that we have in our skies throughout the morning hours will dissipate completely, leading towards full-blown sunny conditions by the time we reach this afternoon. Air temperatures approaching those lower 90s by 11 o'clock in the morning, mid 90s by this afternoon, and of course anywhere between that 2 and 4 o'clock afternoon hour ranges there. We'll see our air temperatures eventually reaching our high temperature of 98 degrees here in Corpus Christi. Looking at our feel like temperatures though, like I mentioned, reaching back up towards those 110s by the time we reach 2, and it's still lasting into the 4 o'clock in the afternoon hour there. So things are going to be feeling very oppressive for us this afternoon. So you still want to make sure you're practicing heat safety. And what's locking us in this weather pattern as we end our work week here is going to be high pressure that's off over towards the west in New Mexico, but its range is kind of wide. So that's why we're feeling its impacts here in the coastal bend. And that's why, again, we're not looking at very promising rainfall chances in the forecast at all today. Little to none really expected. And if anything, that moisture and humidity is really just going to be ramping up our heat danger and heat risk. That's why we'll continue to be in that moderate to major risk in terms of our heat danger today and ahead for us tomorrow on our Friday. And taking a quick look at our drought monitor, drought conditions haven't truly worsened or really changed all too much since last week. Still looking at a majority of the coastal bend either under abnormally dry or a moderate drought risk for some inland counties and portions of coastal bend. And because we still haven't seen much of any truly beneficial rainfall in the forecast, that's why we haven't seen a true positive change in our drought monitor just quite yet. Hopefully that's going to change in the coming weeks here. Not really anticipating much of a truly beneficial rain chances even ahead for this weekend, with our slight rain chances improving and returning back into the area into next week.
Now, 6 things to know before you go.
Well, the change comes after President Trump signed an executive order, folks. We're talking about the tariffs, of course. It was delaying the implementation of import tax. Over 60 nations will be subject to higher tariffs starting today. That includes a 10% tariff for countries where the U.S. exports more than it imports. Nations that have a trade deficit with the U.S. will see a 15% hike. And 26 countries, including Brazil, face levies that reach 50%.
A technology issue that prompted a United Airlines ground stop at major airports across the country has been resolved. Hundreds of United flights were held at major airport hubs nationwide, including San Francisco, Los Angeles, and Houston. The airline had said in a statement that it was facing a, quote, underlying technology issue, end quote, causing mainline flights to be held at their origin airports. It's still unclear exactly what the technology issue was or what caused it.
5 people were injured in a shooting at Fort Stewart in Georgia Wednesday. According to a brigadier general in command, 5 soldiers were shot and the suspect is in custody. Base officials say the shooter used a personal handgun in the shooting and not a military weapon. Everyone injured at the base is expected to recover. Investigators are looking into how the firearm got onto the base.
We're waiting for the medical examiner to determine if the body found in Nueces Bay is that of a man who was reported missing on Wednesday. A 63-year-old man was reported missing after heading out on the water Tuesday night. Around noon, an overturned kayak was found and a body was located nearby. The CCPD dive team recovered the man's body, and at this point, no foul play is suspected. Texas Parks and Wildlife is now handling the investigation.
Well, the Bay Jam in Concert and Cinema Series continues tonight at Cole Park Amphitheater. Live music starts at 7:30, runs until 10:30 on Friday. Be sure to stop on by and check out Mufasa, the Lion King. Movie starts after sunset. Be sure to bring your lawn chairs, blankets, and maybe some popcorn. Enjoy that movie. The event is free and open to the public.
And just a reminder, today the flags collected during our Flag for a Flag event will be retired with honor during a special ceremony. It will take place at 10 a.m. at the Coastal Bend State Veterans Cemetery. The retirement ceremony was previously scheduled for June 16th, but was canceled because of the weather. The public is welcome to attend today. Our Flag for a Flag event this year collected a total of 1,989 flags.
Alrighty, good morning. Taking a live look outside now off our Skycam over top SPID because those roadways are beginning to get a tad bit more busy as folks get their day started on this Thursday morning. Traffic flow still, even though it's a bit more busy, still moving pretty well heading on SPID. No congestion really in sight there from our Skycam here. But let's go ahead and take a look at our other traffic flow map, see what you can expect on other roadways. As you saw on our Skycam, things are moving well on SPID, so we can see that looking to be represented on our traffic flow map here as well. Heading on Ocean Drive and on Saratoga, you're also looking at clear and smooth driving conditions. Heading on over now to Flower Bluff, a little bit of a different story. You got a bit of a median speed that you're going to see, or a slower speed rather, throughout portions of Waldron Road right now. All clear though heading on Flower Bluff Drive, and just a little bit of a median speed that you'll see as you get a little bit closer towards the gate at NAS Corpus Christi. Then heading on to the JFK Causeway, going to from the island, looking at no traffic issues as you're looking at truly smooth traffic flow right now, going to and from the island on the JFK Causeway. That's it for traffic report. Your details and forecast coming up.
A social media post circling online shows local animal rescuers grabbing dogs on a property on the west side. I'm Jada Jenkins downtown, and I spoke to the local animal rescuers and city officials about what to do if you see your neighbors are not following local city ordinances.
Picked up puppies, we picked up dogs here.
The amount of dogs that I saw on the street was overwhelming.
When Kelly Segura got the call about these dogs on Mimosa Drive, she quickly stepped in to help.
It's a community problem. In every neighborhood, you're going to see a stray dog on a corner. It doesn't matter where you are. There are stray dogs everywhere.
The video she posted of the dogs quickly got attention. Some of them had puppies, others were sick, and according to her, living in dangerous conditions. Segura says the city needs to do more, starting with enforcement.
We need to have consequences for the people who do not follow the rules.
So I reached out to District 3 Councilman Eric Cantu, who represents the West Side. He admits the city is struggling to keep up.
As of right now, for a fact, I know that the city is killing for space. They might not say that openly. They might say they're not doing it, but they're doing it. You know, it's happening.
But he's pushing for stronger enforcement and not just by animal control.
I really want to see a different change on the DA's office for people who are abusing these animals.
The current city ordinance allows you to own up to 6 animals, but some say that law isn't being enforced. I spoke with Lieutenant Erica Gonzalez with CCPD, who shared this piece of advice.
People should never take it upon themselves to do that. Call animal control, call PD, and we'll get out there to investigate.
I reached out to Animal Control regarding the incident. They replied stating they have made contact with the homeowner on 24 separate occasions over the last 6 years and are currently working with him to surrender the dogs.
Thank you, Nimitz. 1, 2, 3, go.
Segura, an animal lover,
Nimitz is a rescue.
hopes more residents open their homes to foster.
Cantu says this is a bigger problem and he's looking to get funding from partners to find a solution for the city of Corpus Christi. In downtown, I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Jada Jenkins, Chris 6 News.
And hey folks, Chris 6 has teamed up with the Gulf Coast Humane Society for the Clear the Shelter initiative too.
Yeah, that's right. Every day this week we'll feature some of the pets that you can bring home. And this morning we want to introduce you to Rufio. Rufio is a 7-year-old domestic short hair. He was actually dumped outside of the Humane Society in February with 6 other cats, and they were in really bad shape.
But Rufio has come a long way and is looking for his forever home. He's got a big personality and loves being around other cats and dogs. We really need to help find Rufio a home too. You can meet Rufio over at the Gulf Coast Humane Society today. They're located at 3118 Cabinets Parkway.
Okay, here's a question for you all. How does a tomato ketchup smoothie sound?
Ooh.
Well, Smoothie King and Heinz have collaborated to launch the first ever ketchup-based smoothie. The creation blends Heinz Simply Ketchup with acai sorbet, apple juice, strawberries, and raspberries. Heinz describes the taste as sweet and tangy, and the smoothies are actually available at select Smoothie King locations nationwide. Now, do you guys like V8? Like the,
No.
I don't know, the tomato juice?
No, I didn't like
No.
it.
I actually kind of like that. So, but it has to be warm, just not cold.
Yeah, I'm going to pass on this one.
So
This sounds...
It's actual ketchup inside with all the other ingredients that we named?
Yes.
The
Acai
actual
sorbet,
ingredient-
apple juice, strawberries, and raspberries.
minus the
Sounds
ketchup.
good. I was like, I would drink that smoothie without the ketchup.
Yeah.
I don't even like ketchup in general, though, so.
I like it as a condiment, like as a normal thing that you add like on a hot dog or a hamburger or something, but I don't know about a smoothie.
I'm
But
gonna
today
pass
is a
on this one.
perfect smoothie day,
Today
right?
is a perfect smoothie day, especially if you want like a nice cool treat to help you to get through this hot weather that we have in the forecast for sure, because we'll see that our temperatures will still be ranging near record highs, getting back up there towards those upper 90s again for us this afternoon. Still going to be hot, muggy, and sunny for us in the coastal bend. Feel like temperatures also ranging towards those 110s, meaning that our heat risk is still going to be reaching towards that major zone, especially for inland neighborhoods. And as we're dominated by high pressure, that's giving us those higher temperatures and more of that sunshine in the forecast. Along with that means that rain chances are not going to be likely at all for us today. So things will be pretty hot and oppressive for us as we head towards the afternoon. But going over what we can expect for this morning, that's going to tie towards our dog walking forecast. But right now, let's go ahead and take a look at our star for today. We have Buddy here, and Buddy heading outdoors can maybe anticipate to get that walk done sooner rather than later, pretty much back to that fashion that we were last week, as things will be heating up pretty rapidly, heading towards the afternoon hours, nearby lunchtime, already getting towards those mid-90s. But over the course of our morning, feeling not as quite as oppressive just quite yet. Temperatures mostly reaching to those lower 80s by 8 o'clock this morning, and then approaching those low 90s by 11 o'clock. So things will be heating up very quickly, so you want to get that done pretty early right now before things start to feel uncomfortable later on this afternoon. Expecting an afternoon high temperature of 98 degrees here in Corpus Christi. So again, they're just really painting that picture of how hot and oppressive the heat's going to be for us all throughout the afternoon hours. And like I mentioned, with those flight temperatures reaching towards those 110s, heat danger is still going to be reaching towards that moderate to major zone. Of course, that major risk going to be more centered towards inland neighborhoods, and looking at a pretty similar picture ahead for us tomorrow on our Friday, with no really big changes in terms of where our heat risk will be ahead for us tomorrow on your Friday. But like I mentioned, high pressure is dominating us here in the coastal bend. It's mostly centered nearby New Mexico, but its reach is pretty extended to us here in the coastal bend. That's why we're seeing the impacts that we will see in the forecast ahead for us today and as we approach this upcoming weekend. Like I mentioned, because of high pressure, rain chances are nothing at this point. Not really expecting much of any rainfall coming in the forecast for us today. today or ahead for us tomorrow, but there is a slight chance we could see a return of our rain chances ahead for us late in the weekend into early next week. That's just going to be because of an area of low pressure could be reaching us here in the coastal bend. Not looking super promising just quite yet. Things could improve as we look ahead towards tomorrow, the forecast. So we'll see if I feel more confident to add some rain clouds in the 7-day. Right now, we're not quite there yet. We're still looking at plentiful sunshine and temperatures still in those record highs, or near record highs, I should say, in those upper 90s.
If only we could change that weather depending on how you feel, too. If we could just appease Julia, we can have great weather.
That 7 day, I'm happy.
For now, we'll just get those ketchup smoothies.
No, you can't. We'll see you tomorrow, guys.